Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this very special edition of The Right Stand here on CNN News 18. I'm Anand Narasimhan. Ladies and gentlemen, we are counting down to the Pran Pratishtha on the 22nd of January, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as the Yajman, has decided to undertake a 11-day Anushtan as advised by the Acharyas who are going to preside over the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. And he is doing this as a Ram Bhakt and also as a representative of the people who have elected him not once but twice over as the Prime Minister of the country. And he says that he is representing the 1.4 billion people of this country who are and who believe in Ram and who are also with him in emotion, in support at the time that he is going to go and do the Pran Pratishtha. These are not my words, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what the Prime Minister said earlier in the day and a part of an audio message. It's quite a long audio message, but we'll play a short excerpt before we dive into the contentious issues and the debate. We have three guests in studio, but first the Prime Minister's message.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, राम राम। जीवन के कुछ क्षण ईश्वरीय आशीर्वाद की वजह से ही यथार्थ में बदलते हैं। आज हम सभी भारतीयों के लिए, दुनिया भर में फैले राम भक्तों के लिए ऐसा ही पवित्र अवसर है। हर तरफ प्रभु श्री राम की भक्ति का अद्भुत वातावरण, चारों दिशाओं में राम नाम की धुन, राम भजनों की अद्भुत सौंदर्य माधुरी। हर किसी को इंतजार है 22 जनवरी का, उस ऐतिहासिक पवित्र पल का। और अब अयोध्या में रामलला की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा में केवल 11 दिन ही बचे हैं। मेरा सौभाग्य है कि मुझे भी इस पुण्य अवसर का साक्षी बनने का अवसर मिल रहा है। ये मेरे लिए कल्पनातीत अनुभूतियों का समय है। मैं भावुक हूं, भाव विह्वल हूं। मैं पहली बार जीवन में इस तरह के मनोभाव से गुजर रहा हूं। मैं एक अलग ही भाव भक्ति की अनुभूति कर रहा हूं। मेरे अंतर मन की ये भाव यात्रा मेरे लिए अभिव्यक्ति का नहीं, अनुभूति का अवसर है। चाहते हुए भी मैं इसकी गहनता, व्यापकता और तीव्रता को शब्दों में बांध नहीं पा रहा हूं। आप भी भली भांति मेरी स्थिति समझ सकते हैं। जिस स्वप्न को अनेकों पीढ़ियों ने वर्षों तक एक संकल्प की तरह अपने हृदय में जिया, मुझे उसकी सिद्धि के समय उपस्थित होने का सौभाग्य मिला है। प्रभु ने मुझे सभी भारतवासियों का प्रतिनिधित्व करने का निमित्त बनाया है। निमित्त मात्रम भव सव्यसाचिन, ये एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। जैसा हमारे शास्त्रों में भी कहा गया है, हमें ईश्वर के यज्ञ के लिए, आराधना के लिए स्वयं में भी दैवीय चेतना जागृत करनी होती है।
Well, so the Prime Minister says, I have got the bhagya or the good fortune of representing Bharatvasis on a moment which is history, and I am just Nimit Matra, a very small spectrum. So he's quoted the Bhagavad Gita there when he says Nimit Matram Savyasachin. But let us also try and understand that there are voices within the opposition who not only are not going despite being invited, but they have said this entire occasion has been politicized. The Prime Minister is co-opting it, trying to exact electoral dividend. And they've even asked, why have the Shankaracharyas not going? Why have they not been invited? And why is the Prime Minister the Yajman? So there are a lot of questions which are being asked. Joining us in studio, Mickey Mehta, author, wellness coach, fitness coach, a lot of people, person who wears a lot of hats, but today is not with a hat on his head. But he's also got the Bharatiya Parsi perspective to share with us. On the far side, we have Vivek Shrivastava, political analyst, but he is Marxist, communist in his political leanings and ideology. So we'll see what he has to say. And then spokesperson of the BJP, Charu Pragya, with us. So clearly it's the BJP that is now being called. पहले कहते थे कि तारीख नहीं बताएंगे, अब कह रहे हैं कि भाई इसी से वोट कमाएंगे.
Good evening, Anand. Yes, and that's how the opposition is playing this. पहले तारीख पूछते थे, जब तारीख पता चलने लग गई, they wanted to take credit because after the Supreme Court verdict came out, Congress went running pillar to post, trying to tell everyone, well, we were the one who broke the locks. And today, when it's such a beautiful day for not just Indians, I think, it's a beautiful day for the whole world. वो किसी का सौभाग्य है, हम जैसे लोगों का जो celebrate कर रहे हैं, और किसी का दुर्भाग्य है. They have the opportunity to be in Ayodhya Shri on a historical day that generations have waited for. And उन्होंने ठुकरा दिया. I think that's all that I can say. But you know, moving on from there, I'm not even surprised because those who worship foreign gods cannot understand the importance of Bhagwan Shri Ram in the heart of every single Indian. They are the ones who politicize it. Today, telling us that we are being political is very wrong because since the birth of our party.
But the Shankaracharyas are not aligned to any political party. From Badri to Sringeri, Dwarka to Puri, they are not coming.
So, Anand, I'll be very respectful. I'm a Hindu and I do not want to say anything which is against the elders of my religion and my community. But the same people had earlier also said कि इनकी मंशा ही नहीं है मंदिर बनाने की. जब मंदिर बनने लगा, it was said that आपने कहाँ प्रयत्न किया, ये तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बनवा दिया. सुप्रीम कोर्ट के लिए, if it was so easy to get a verdict, to get this temple made in our country, we wouldn't have waited for 550 years. Now, this is the time when we are talking about Ram Rajya. If it was possible for any other government to get a verdict like this from the Supreme Court, it wouldn't have gone on for as long as it did, and that's all that I want to say. There have been contradictory statements from religious leaders, and respectfully, I would like to leave it at that. The important thing is that this is a mandir which is being made with the donations and the love of Ram Bhakts. This is not a government project. There is no government which is funding this. Let the Bhakts decide who they want.
So then let me ask you one more thing. The BJP is saying it's not political, it's a matter of faith or astha.
Yes.
The fight was for Ramlala Virajman.
Yes.
So where is the original deity? The deity जो प्रकट हुए, जो टाट में बैठे थे all this while, why is there a need to Pran Pratishtha? Because there is already Ramlala Virajman. And these are members of Nirmohi Akhada who are asking this question. There are members who have sacrificed their lives, Akhadas who have sacrificed their lives, whose people have guarded and battled the invaders in the past, in the 15th, 16th, 17th century. Yes. They are asking these questions. So what's the answer to that?
The answer to that is there is no disrespect being given to the original Ramlalla Virajman, and I say this with authority and with pride. That is never something that is going to happen. But when such a gorgeous, humongous temple is built, and there have been sculptors from all over the country sending materials, sending skillsmen, sending their craft to the temple. It's become a display of not just Indian craftsmen. I actually saw a clip of a Nepali lady who had come to say that Hamari Sita Maiya is coming home and we have come from the Maika to make sure that she lacks nothing when she lives with Bhagwan Shri Ram. I think the entire sentiment is far beyond what is being spoken about in the political space. It's really unfortunate
but
this
there
is
is no, correct me if I'm wrong, is there a clear answer on whether the actual original Ramlala, the small Murti, will become the Utsav Murti? There is no answer there.
But you know, can I, yes, but can I say something? I come from Mumbai. I come from Mumbai. And what I have seen in my life is usually whenever there is a very big Murti of a deity, I'll take the example of our Ganpati. So every single year, whichever Ganpati is a very big one, now whether in Mumbai it is in Lal Bagh or elsewhere, there is always also a smaller deity which sits with the bigger one, and it's not necessary that we speak about this in a negative tone, which is being promoted by the opposition.
No, that is called the Utsav Murti. My point is that these answers should come from the VHP and the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra. these are not questions that the BJP spokesperson or any other person needs to answer. The where is the original Lamala is a genuine question. But again, Vivek Shrivastava.
Yes.
देखिए एक वो है जो विघ्न हरता है
जी,
कुछ लोग हैं जो विघ्न करता है
जी।
ये विघ्न करने का काम क्यों कर रहे हैं आप?
अब ये तो देखिए पहली चीज
Why are you doing that?
देखिए भाई विघ्न करता, अब आप शंकराचार्य को भी ये विघ्न करता बोले तो अब वो चारू प्रज्ञा की मर्जी। हमने तो यही कहा कि भाई
No, Shankaracharya, with due respect to them, they are not creating any
नहीं,
vighna.
I'll tell you
What
what
are
they're
they saying? They are saying that we are neither contesting it nor are
They
we
have
going
contested
there.
it.
No, we are not. We are steering clear.
I'll quote verbatim.
We are steering clear.
No,
That's
I'll
what they
tell
have
you.
said.
No. They are not steering clear. They are in the midst of the controversy very much. They have decided not to come. They have decided not to bless. And the Shankaracharya Nishchalanandi simply said, जब प्रधानमंत्री वहां पे सारा कुछ करेंगे प्राण प्रतिष्ठा तो क्या मैं वहां ताली बजाने जाऊंगा? These are the exact words and they are circulating on the social media. The other Shankaracharya is clearly saying कि हम भाई सरकार के खिलाफ या कुछ ऐसा नहीं है, लेकिन हम when we are weighing it as the proper rules and regulations which a Hindu should follow in the Pran Pratishtha, that is not being followed at all. Then he says the mandir has not been constructed fully. That is the first point. It has to be constructed properly first. अगर वो खंडित है तो उसमें प्राण प्रतिष्ठा आप कैसे कर रहे हैं? Secondly, शंकराचार्य says, चंपत राय जी कह रहे हैं ये तो रामानंद संप्रदाय का मंदिर है, इसलिए शंकराचार्य आए ना आए क्या फर्क पड़ जाता है? चंपत राय जी ने बोला तो शंकराचार्य ने कहा अगर रामानंद संप्रदाय का है, काइंडली हैंड ओवर द टेम्पल टू द रामानंद संप्रदाय, गेट आउट ऑफ इट, let them do the Pran Pratishtha their way. So it is a controversial topic. It is a political event which is being done. And I am quoting Honorable Shankaracharya again, 2024 का जो election है, for the elections of 2024, the Pran Pratishtha has been preponed to 22nd of January instead of April 17th, which is the Ram Navami day, because after this, within 1.5 months, Achar Sanhita is going to come. You will not be allowed to canvass. You will not be allowed to, ask for votes. You will not be able to do it. So, in order to encash the name of Lord Rama, this whole thing is being done.
Now let Charu Pragya please answer.
Yes. See, first of all, I think the opposition wants to label and paint everything as political. Now, in my country, there are elections every 6 months. Punjab के election से पहले they had a different narrative. उसके बाद मैं बोल चुकी हूँ उसके ऊपर. Anand has asked me that question already. Of course, I have answered that clearly. Another thing is,
आपको तो शंकराचार्य हो, आर्च बिशप हो या फिर
किसी से फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
आपको तो फरना नहीं चाहिए. आपको तो पढ़ना नहीं चाहिए. आप तो इनमें से किसी को नहीं मानते.
I will tell you why. When the communists say that religion does not touch upon them, they are lying because they become conveniently religious when it suits them.
Not.
In the case of Kerala, for Sabrimala, no, I don't know what you are. You are an opportunist. You are an opportunist.
I will not
and
as a
nothing
political
else.
entity.
But in the case of Sabrimala, they had an opinion. In the case of Sabrimala, they had a very, very clear opinion. In fact, till now, they make sure that they create some problem or the other. So how can you conveniently have an opinion when it is harming sentiments of certain people and then say I'm an atheist?
In the case of Sabrimala, one thing that one would want to hold against the Pinarayi Vijayan government is that they were okay to allow a burqa-clad lady force her way into the sanctum sanctorum. Now, as atheists, you may not want to believe in God, but you have to respect the faith of everybody else, and that's a big failure, and a lot of Hindus have watched it. Will Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan have allowed anything like that to happen in front of a Sunni mosque, or would he have allowed it to happen in front of a church or inside a church? These are questions which many people will ask. I'll leave it all aside there. My question is, ma'am, to you, and I think the opposition has a point. The opposition may not be wanting to go atheism, political issue, whatever issue. They are saying, if you believe that you are playing the Hindu card and you're doing it for Hindu Astha, have you actually respected those who are supposed to be the tent poles of Hindu Astha? Miki Mehta coming to you after that. Ji.
So, Shankaracharya bhi 4 hote hain, theek hai? They have not boycotted the event and all of that is not happening. And I think this particular narrative that disrespect is being given to Hindu leaders is entirely created by the opposition, which actually colluded behind DMK. When Hindu Dharma was abused, literally abused, they colluded behind, and those who say, oh, we have nothing to do with it, I'm sorry, you had everything to do with it. Congress leaders like Karti Chidambaram and Mr. Kharge, they supported the statement of DMK. So don't pretend that you left it alone. That's the first thing. No. The second thing I want to say here is that the opposition is trying to come together for political reasons.
Nobody is being emotionally blackmailed.
The opposition is trying to come together for a political reason. Elections elections are around the corner. For these elections, for this so-called alliance they are forming, they have to fall in line behind the DMK, first thing. The second thing, Congress has always anyways been in the habit of boycotting any occasion which is of national importance or cultural importance. And I will start with the parliament of my country, Kargil ka Vijay Divas, G20 dinner
let me
hosted by
ask you this.
President Murmu. And finally, Anand, I want to also draw a comparison between the letter put out formally by the Congress party today declining the invitation and a letter put out by the very same Congress party declining an invitation to go to the ceremony where Mother Teresa was going to be made a saint. And she wrote to the Pope. The emotion she poured out on that 2-page love letter, it was horribly lacking in what she wrote to us. What she wrote, just dismissing our Astha,
there she
our
was talking
happiness,
to the Pope.
and that's
There she is
why I
talking
say,
to a
no, and
politician.
that's why
That
I
is the
say
difference.
that because
not
those
politician,
who
Prime
pray
Minister
to a
of the
foreign
country,
god
and the
fail
Ram
to
Janmabhoomi
understand our
the
emotions.
invitation,
I'm sorry.
the invitation, one minute, sir.
No.
The invitation
has not come from the government. And you are trying to
invitation
make it
has
like
gone,
that.
one minute, the
anymore.
invitation has gone from the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra, the RSS and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and it has gone for the Pran Pratishtha of Ramlala.
Right.
So if somebody looks at the two languages and the two aspects which are shown, clearly there is a certain level of a favorable
Anand,
tone
I
for one
request you to
and an
read
unfavorable one to the
extracts of
other.
that.
No, I don't want to
She
get...
was derogatory and
See,
disrespectful.
See, the best part is, Jaki rahi bhavna jaisi. Whatever
Okay,
is there,
then that's
so
fine.
you have to let it
That's
be.
fine.
But Mickey Mehta, let me ask you, those who are questioning Ram today are questioning about why are you doing Pran Pratishtha, why are they going, why is he not going, why is she not going, why are they not being called? Where do you stand in all of this? How important is this day for all of us?
It's easy to stir a storm, but it's very difficult to bring a calm. Parsis have always believed in generosity. If you look at Tata's, Godrej, we always believe in dhanyavad, thank you, generosity, let things happen. We also believe in divinity, allow things to happen. It's being and becoming. If we can't do much for some of those who are doing it, allow it to happen. And in my opinion, Ram is not an idol. Rama is an idea. Rama comes from Amrutya. Amrut. So, I say that from Purush to Purushat and from Pashu to Purush, it's a safar and it's a celebration. I always tell people, जो मन का मारा वो मनुष्य, जो प्रकृति से पूरा होता है वो पूरक होता है, जो पूरक होता है वो पुरुष होता है, जो पुरुष होता है पुरुष उत्तम होता है, शायद वही पुरुषोत्तम राम होता है। मैं उस राम की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं जो अयोध्या से आए थे सिर्फ, मैं उस रामा की बात कर रहा हूं जब अमृत की धारा सहस्त्रा से लेके मूलधार तक का सफर करती है तो कृष्णा और करुणा की राधा बन के लौट आती है। Allow things to happen with magnanimity, love, compassion, empathy, oneness, singularity, secularity. Why oppose? Opposition is a must. Polarities are there. Duality is there. Dvait is there. But I support Advaityam.
Interesting, the Shankaracharya, they're very well said. The Advaita Vedanta comes from the Shankaracharya. So there is no Shaivism, Vaishnavism about it, and Shiva himself has been quoted as the greatest Vaishnava. So to get into these kind of discourses is also very, very petty, and it should not be done. But well, Champat Rai ji is Champat Rai ji. So he says it as it comes into his head, and there is no filter. So you got to respect him for that, or you may like him or hate him for that, but that's your point of view. But how important is this moment? Is this a political moment for you? Is this a civilizational moment for you? And should everybody participate? Or should people say, don't go, don't go, don't go, don't do?
I'm very apolitical otherwise, but I have a few leader idols in mind, like Obama, like Modi, like Nelson Mandela. These have been few leaders, Mahatma Gandhi ji, who've really impressed me and inspired me a lot. If you see the word swastha, उसकी परिभाषा में आस्था छुपी हुई है। अगर आस्था नहीं होगी तो भारत स्वस्थ नहीं बन सकता। And Bharat was स्वस्थ and will remain स्वस्थ because our आस्था। तो आस्था को खंडित क्यों कर सकते हैं? क्यों करना चाहिए? सो जो चल रहा है, प्रतिष्ठा चल रही है, sacrosanct, inspiring, motivating and putting in energy inside something which was defiled, so to say. that something which is beyond our touch cannot be defiled. But other point of view is, just in case we say it was defiled, we're just purifying again. Shuddhikaran chal raha hai.
See, the
Usse karne do.
importance.
Hone do.
See, in Parsis also there is the Agyari.
Very
Why
much.
why would you go? Why do you go to the Agyari in that line of belief? One goes to the Agyari or one goes to a Devalaya because there is an outpouring of devotion and there is also an intake of spiritual divine energy. So both feed off each other.
Absolutely.
दोनों एक दूसरे के पूरक हैं. Now with Ram Janmabhoomi, that cycle was broken for 556 years.
And can
Was it not broken? Now, if that cycle is being resumed, is it not good for Bharatvarsh? Because all across Bharatvarsh, even Allama Iqbal has called him कि अहले नज़र उन्हें इमाम हिंद की नज़र से देखते हैं. So that's what even the philosophical father of Pakistan has opined about Ram.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, is it actually required? And is
It
the
is not about
BJP?
Ram. It is
Can
not
I
a
just
discussion
add-
about Ram.
no,
It is
but
a
it
discussion
is.
about Narendra Modi.
No,
it is. Can I-
that
can I-
political
See,
event.
Anand,
Vivekji,
can I come in, please?
this is where the difference is. What the opposition is doing is it's missing the woods for the trees, sir. What it is doing? It is allowing Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP to appropriate it.
I think they'll be exposed.
Who stops
He will be exposed.
who stops the 26 parties to go with their cadre in full astha as Rambagh
Yes,
and
no,
say
no,
we
I
will
don't
be
want
there.
to.
It is their
Ram
event.
hum sabke
No,
hum
they don't
jayenge.
want to.
Why say
Wait,
no?
1 minute. What
No,
do you mean
and
it
I'm
is their
telling you,
event?
a Janeudhari Kashmiri Brahmin is
So
not
called.
going, is not, so I will not,
No, he may not go on a BJP
no,
event.
no,
He
no,
could
no,
go some
no,
other
no.
day.
Why allow it to be a BJP?
I have a very
He could
strong
have been his
opinion
event
on
too.
this.
I am asking you, Vivek Shrivastava,
Yes.
had he been the Prime Minister,
Yes.
and had this happened during his time, and had he decided that I am going to sit there and do the puja or be the yajman, you would be sitting here and saying he should not go.
I'll be very clear about it. Very clear. Okay. The statement that has come from the communists is there are two statements. Number one, religion is a personal affair. ये आपके और परमात्मा के बीच की यात्रा
That
है.
also I
just a
disagree.
second.
हाँ,
इसका public display मत करिए कि videos and cameras and you know stage shows and TV broadcasts.
So you're going to tell
Number two-
you're going to
number
tell
two-
you're going to tell the Pope the same thing, and you're going to
Mass
tell
happens
the
in
Hajj committee also
community.
the same thing.
Namaz is read in community.
अरे भाई,
हिंदुओं
एक-
का
एक-
पर्सनल इवेंट
नहीं,
बना
मैं नहीं
दो.
कह
No,
रहा,
no,
मैं
1
नहीं कह
minute.
रहा, मैं नहीं कह रहा.
Can I
आप उसके नाम पे वोट मांग
Anand,
रहे हैं,
no, let
गलत
me
है.
say this. Anand,
आप
please.
उसके नाम पे
No,
वोट
no,
मांग रहे हैं,
he
गलत है.
does not understand.
That is right.
No, please.
No.
Are you going to say this?
Yeah.
Are you going to say
All
this
our
about the
celebrations
midnight
are
mass on
Sarvajanik.
Christmas?
Absolutely.
Are you going to say?
I mean,
Are you going to
see,
say?
see,
Are you
see.
going to say for the namaz on Eid, the Friday namaz on Eid?
Sir,
Are you
sir,
going to say the same thing?
यहाँ
Are you going
पे-
to say
no,
that
here,
religion is
I'll
a
tell you the
personal thing? So
difference.
let's not have
I'll tell you
namaz
the
on the
difference.
streets
I'll
in
tell you the
Kerala.
difference.
Let's not open up the
He'll
streets and
say
block
it.
up
I will
streets.
tell
Will you
you
say
the
it?
difference.
Say it.
There is a
No,
difference.
Communist Party.
I
No,
will
religion
say it. I
religion
will
is a
say it.
personal thing. Are you
It's
going
a
to say?
personal thing,
Let there
then
be
do
no
it
मुझे
about
namaz.
बोलने
now.
दीजिए,
No
मुझे
namaz
बोलने
outside there.
दीजिए. First
नहीं,
of
नहीं,
all,
आपने
Say
बोल
it.
दिया.
First of all, let there be no.
Yes.
Let Gurgaon streets not be blocked for namaz in public.
Marxism.
Let there not be. Let there not
भाई
be
बोलने
any
दीजिए आप.
rally of
Marxism
Mother
is now a
Mary
stand of
and
convenience and
in
it is
Bandra.
nothing
Let
else.
there not be
See,
any
see,
rally
see,
of
see,
Mother
see.
Mary in Bandra.
No,
Let
there are
there
two
not
things.
be
There are two things.
because it's
There are
Astha
two
is a
things.
personal issue. It
Two
should be at
things.
home.
Anand
Number
is
one,
stuck in his
एक
own
मिनट
trap.
एक मिनट मुझे बोलने दीजिए
Say it.
भाई.
नहीं, आप बोल चुके
आप
हैं.
मुझे बोलने नहीं दिया, आनंद बोल रहे
Say
थे.
it.
अब आप सुनिए. पहली चीज देखिए, दो चीजें. नंबर वन, राइट टू फेथ जो आपका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल राइट है. ये आप किसी कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी लीडर की आप ट्विटर पे जाएंगे आपको मिलेगा.
पर सबरीमाला में क्यों deny किया
इट इज योर राइट
नहीं,
टू
but
सबरीमाला
सबरीमाला
में
में
क्यों
you
deny किया?
interfere.
सबरीमाला
You
में क्यों
choose
deny
to
किया?
interfere in
सबरीमाला में क्यों
if you
deny किया?
start doing divisive things like Dalit will not come to the
No,
temple.
Who
Dalit will not
Who
go to
said
the
that?
Gadi. We will
In
not.
Sabrimala, there is no rule like that.
No.
Sabrimala, there is no rule
But
like
we
that.
will interfere.
Sabrimala, there was a deliberate
Secondly-
attempt to desecrate the sanctum sanctorum under the Pinarayi
And it
Vijayan
happened
government,
and it was
aided by the
allowed.
Pinarayi
You
Vijayan
protected.
government. Non-Asthais were made to
You
stand there and say
politicized
that
it.
we want to go in. Now, so please, sir, don't try and walk into a trap and don't try
He's
and
already
bite
walked
more
into
than
it.
you can chew.
May I please
Sir,
respond?
Hanji.
So, Anand, I do not agree at all, and I'm very clear about this because if religion is so personal, namaz in community क्यों पढ़ी जा रही है? Why is mass in community?
भाई नमाज पढ़ो.
नहीं वही हो रहा है.
आप कीर्तन
करे वो तो सब जगह हो रहा है. ना वो सब जगह हो रहा है.
ना
ना आप ऐसे एक तरफा
our festivals are celebrated with our
See,
community.
let's not
It is
get into the
Sarvajanik.
argument of whether it is community or not.
Taking one step forward,
Faith
I will tell
grows
you
with
what has
community.
happened with
Faith
the Ram
grows
Mandir.
with community.
Yeah.
And there is a certain
And
level
there's
of
nothing
there is a
personal
social
about
there-
it.
there-
At
there
the
is
cost
a
of
there is a
Ayodhya.
social
No,
angle.
there is nothing personal
There is
about
a
it. I'm
Prime
social
sorry.
Minister wants to
We will
win
there
come
is a
together
social
to celebrate
there is
and
a
you
social
cannot stop
see
us.
I'll tell you what, sir, the Prime Minister of this country or Mr. Narendra Modi is unabashedly Hindu and he is not ashamed
He's a
about it.
Rambak.
But why are other Janeudharis sheepish
No,
about
he is
it
not
is one
supposed to
question.
emotionally
If they do
blackmail
not
people.
believe, if say I respect Udayanidhi
Prime
Stalin
Minister
because
has
he
no
does
right
not believe
to
in Sanatana Dharma, he has taken a
blackmail
position.
the citizens citizens
He's
of this
openly-
country.
he's openly taken a position.
Where they are
Clear, why be
losing
sheepish
the
about it?
I'll tell you
Blackmail कर
where
रहे
they are
Why he be
losing
sheepish
the
आप
about it?
citizens को blackmail करते हैं राम के नाम पे।
Coming back. Okay, let's dial it down.
550 years ago, there was an invader who thought that the best way to hurt at the crux, at the heart of Indians is to destroy their Ram temple.
Yeah.
That is where it begins. There was an invader who said, "इस मंदिर को destroy कर देते ही
Now the invasion,
civilization
now the
destroy हो जाएगी."
story of the invasion has been told many times. The courts have ruled about it.
Yes, exactly.
Ram Lalla is Virajman, but questions the VHP, the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra and the BJP have to answer. Where is the original Ram Lalla?
Yes.
What is going to happen to the Ram Lalla? Why are the Shankaracharyas distancing themselves? Are they part of it or are they not part of it? Who are the Acharyas who have been designated and why? And most importantly, is this temple only of the VHP and the Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra? Or is it for all those people who over the last 566 years have given their best?
Including Nirmohi Akhada.
The courts had opined that the Nirmohi Akhada has to be there. Even though they denied them the Shabiyat rights, they said that they have to be an integral part of it. Where are the Nirmohis in this today?
So I will speak for my
I've
party.
got to wind up on that.
Yes,
Haan.
I'm going to speak for my party. I'm a BJP spokesperson. Let me make one thing very clear. No deity, and least of all Ram Lallas, is going to be disrespected, and rest assured on that. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if somebody has a
But we can
contrary
ask votes in
opinion,
the name of
we
Ram.
are welcome to it.
But she will ask
look
votes
at
in
the
the name of
contrast
Ram.
here. On one side they say Ram sabke hain. On the second side they will immediately say invitation उन्होंने दिया इसलिए हम नहीं
आपके राम
जाएंगे.
महात्मा
भाई,
गांधी
अगर
के राम
आपके
नहीं है.
राम है तो आप जाइए
आपके
माता
राम
टेकिए.
महात्मा गांधी के
And if
राम
you
नहीं है.
care about who's giving the
Your
invitation,
Ram is
you
not the Ram of
anyway
Mahatma
said that
Gandhi.
देखिए
Ram
राम
does
राम
not
है,
belong to you.
राम है, राम ही रहेंगे.
इनके राम गांधी के राम नहीं है.
इनका उनका मत कीजिए. आप तो मानते ही नहीं है तो आप क्यों बोल रहे हैं?
नहीं,
आप
उनको
तो
बता
मानते ही
रहे
नहीं,
हैं.
आप तो मानते नहीं, आप बोलिए मत. जो राम तो मानते नहीं और आप टिप्पणी ना करें. फाइनल वर्ड में की करेगा.
क्राइस्ट पे ओपिनियन नहीं दे पाएंगे ये.
फाइनल वर्ड में की बताया.
Collective consciousness is the culmination of every religion.
Yes.
Collective consciousness is important to propel the sentiments of religion, of course for peace and prosperity. Bible also says that alone we may be powerful, but together we become a force. My appeal to people, let's all come together. We are Bhartiyas, we are Indians. Rama has been a very symbolic association with our lives. As I said, Rama एक आधार है, एक idea है. It means elixir of life, amrutya. The eternity,
सर,
the immortality.
दूध में शक्कर की तरह घुल जाओगे तो ईरान शाह को 1000 साल तक हम संभाल के रखेंगे और उडवाड़ा में बसाएंगे. ऐसा भारत है. अब दूध में कंकड़ बनोगे तो फिर then there is going to be a different Bharat that will come out. Okay, I have to wind up on
Anand,
that too.
just 10 seconds. My voice is gone, but I take this platform to express my gratitude for my motherland. सबसे प्यारी सुबह तेरी, सबसे रंगी तेरी शाम, तुझ पे दिल कुर्बान.
Fantastic, Mickey Mehta. Thank you for winding
Thank
it
you.
on that note. So Ram is supposed to bring us all together, ladies and gentlemen, and not tear us apart. We're going to take a very, very short break. When we come back, we are in conversation with Amish Tripathi. Stay with us.